everybody. Hi, everybody. What's up, y'all? It's your favorite hood healer, high priestess, motivational dominatrix. It's your favorite auntie, uncle. It's your favorite captain goddess. It's your favorite goddess king, pirate captain, lady speech in the place to be. And I want to welcome you to another Sunday service. You know what time it is. It's about 11:11-ish on a Sunday. So it's time for our Sunday service reading. Good morning and hello, Natasha. Good morning, Alan Mendoza. Good morning and hello, girl Robin Hood. Good morning, Asia. Good morning, Themperer. Hello, 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 Heather. Yes, yet, Yana, you're right on time, darling. Asia, you're right on time. Lady Small, greetings and good morning, my love. Naomi, good morning, my dear. Good morning, Shadows and Secrets. Good morning, Unseelie Ash Bliss. Good morning, Lenora. Tell the babies I said hello. Good morning, Sunshine Rising. Good morning and hello, Jessica and Nikon Snow. Unwilling matriarch, good morning. Good morning. Rebel Readings, good morning, my love. Butter the Garage Cat, it's good to see you. Oh, unburying your brother today. I'm sending you so much love, Unwilling Matriarch. Thank you for even just stopping in to receive some love. Sending you so much love on this very trying day. May the ancestors guide and protect you every step of the way. Good morning, Kim Yada. Good morning to all of you lovely good people. It is good to see you. It is good to see you. It is good to be seen by you. It is Sunday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I am so happy to be able to share some time and space with you. Good morning, Andy girl. Good morning. I hope you get your money while you're doing your Uber Eats, baby. Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. ESV. ESV77. Let me know how to pronounce your username. But happy birthday to you, baby. Good morning to you, and thank you for spending some time with us. Good morning, Cha. Good morning, Lyric. Hello, everyone. Well, you know what's up. You know what time it is. You know what to do. For my OGs in the building, you're already assuming the position. For you newbies, I'm about to tell you how this is going to go down. The OGs are already showing me their true colors by letting me see those butterflies. Y'all are showing me those purple hearts. Y'all are showing me those blue hearts in the comments. And yes, I love to see it. For you newbies, if you're not true to this, you're new to this, you've only seen one or two videos, you just got dropped off into this live randomly. Let me see your caterpillars. Let me see your not blue, but green and yellow hearts. I almost forgot. These days I see more blue and purple hearts and I see green and yellow hearts, and that makes my heart sing. But be you an OG here, be you new here, I am glad that you are here. And if you are here, that means that there is a message in here for you. Whether you're here as this message has been recorded, whether you hear live, whether you get here at the beginning of the reading, the middle, or the end, you are right on time. So let me break down the protocol for the day, and this will allow you some time to get yourself nice and situated, okay? This is a reading. This is Sunday service. I'm going to take you to church and drop you off at school. I'm here to offer some spiritual guidance to help you ease into your week and make it a good one, baby. So I'm going to divine for you. I'm going to use these cards for you. Now, I'm a medium and I'm also a psychic. I don't need these cards, but I love things. I like to play with toys, spiritual and otherwise. And so we're going to use these cards to divine on what the week has in store for us. Speaking of cards, let me introduce you to the cards we're going to be using today. Up first, we've got the African Goddess Rising deck, bringing in that Afro-Femme Goddess energy. We're going to be working with the Angels and Ancestors deck, as always, bringing in that angelic ancestral energy. We are heavy on the spirit animals. We're heavy on the magical animal energy today. So first and foremost, we got the message from our animal guides. Rites Oracle deck. And what is this one called again? It is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. As always, all of this is going to be listed in the description. As a matter of fact, it's already listed in the description up under this video. If you want to purchase any of these decks for yourself, I encourage you to. But you know what I always say, first and foremost, shop small. Support your mom and pop local businesses first. Your black-owned businesses, your brown-owned businesses, your trans-owned, your brown-owned, your indigenous-owned businesses first, okay? Shop small. Your gay-owned businesses, your black-owned businesses, shop small first. And then, if you got to do what you got to do, if you got to go to these bigger outlets to find what you need to find, you do what you got to do. But shop small first. All right, those are the cards that we're going to be using. I'd like to introduce you to my rock friends because, as you know, I'm always your favorite goddess king is never by themselves, baby. I'm never by myself. It's at least 10,000 strong behind me at any given time, from ancestors to the spirit animal allies, to the spirits, to the Lawa, to the Orisha. This spiritual team that be with me is thick. Thick, honey. But when I do these readings, I bring my rock friends. So first and foremost, let me introduce you to my Uber light. Oh God, yes. This Uber light has been calling my name, has been responsible for helping me steward myself through so much transformation. I love it. I love it. I want some more of it. If you are looking for a stone to help you through your transformation, consider some Light, baby. And yes, I'm going to be doing a crystal of the week about it so you can learn all about Light, baby. Next up, we've got my Shiva Lingam. What is this? Yeah, this is my Shiva Lingam. Wait, no, is it? What is this? Is this the, what is the stone name? Is it? It's the Shiva Lingam, I think. Or I think this is what this is. Anyway. I forget sometimes. Well, this is it. This is the goodness. It balances the masculine and the feminine, okay? And you know your favorite auntie uncle is gender fluid in this piece. So I like how this just plays to everything that I need all up in me. Alrighty then. You know what time it is. This is the Speak and Spank. This is church. I am not the only one who reads you on these Sundays. When I do these Sunday readings, it is not just me. It is also the deacon. Some of you know this entity as the deacon. Some of you know this entity as an affirmation box. My pronouns are all of them: she, her, they, them, he, king. Deacon affirmation box pronouns are fuck around and find out. A big part of these readings are the call and response aspect of things. So I'm going to pull from the Deacon affirmation box. This is a box filled with affirmation, parts from the Bible, parts from the Quran, parts from other holy books, parts from poems, songs, just affirmative things. I'm going to pull at random from this box, and we are going to participate in a call and response aspect of things, okay? I'm going to say the affirmation, and then you're going to repeat after me. Now, every once in a while, the affirmation is really long, so you just need to listen. But for the most part, we do a call and response thing. So this is the Deacon affirmation box that's going to help us get through this reading today. I want to give a shout out to William Humphrey, baby, for number one, grabbing me these amazing obsidian plugs from my Amazon wish list. And also, I had some silicone tea bags on my wish list so I can put my herbals and my, my loose herbs in there to make my own concoctions. And William got those for me. So thank you, baby. I appreciate the holy hell out of you. Speaking of the description box, that's where you can find my P.O. box if you have some handmade things you want to send me, or if you have a business and you want me to shout it out, if you have a product you think might be useful. I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to mention you, but if it's useful and it's good and I like it, I'm going to mention you. You're going to get the shout out, and I'm going to point people in your direction. Do you understand me? So the P.O. box is in the description box, as well as the list of all of the decks I'm using, as well as every single account that I am running that's officially mine, that's not a scammer, out in these internet streets. You can get to that via my link link tree, which is listed in the description box. Last but not least, my official payment spaces are in my link tree as well, which is in the description box. Let's go ahead and pass that collection plate. My Cash App is LadySpeech. The Venmo, LadySpeech Sankofa. PayPal, LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com. Always feel free to show financial appreciation for my labor, okay? Okay. Now, I've given you some time. 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 It's time to assume the position. It's time to assume the position. Grab your beverages. I'd like you to stay hydrated during this Speak and Spank. As your spiritual dom, it's important that you take care of yourself. I'm here to take care of you as well. But I want you taking care of yourself. Over here, we believe in aftercare. We believe in before care. We believe in during care. So go and grab something to hydrate yourself, my loves, okay? Grab your comfort items, your soft things, your hard things, your fidgety things, things that will bring you comfort, things that will soothe your neurodivergent, beautiful brain. Do the things you got to do. Grab your notebook, take your notes so you can doodle, take your notes, fidget, do whatever you got to do with that, okay? Get comfy, get good, put your headphones in, get your sensory seeking items. Do what you got to do to take care of yourself because we're going to get into it today. We going to get into it today, but when do we not? When do we not get into it? When do we not? We always get into it in all of the best ways. Let me go ahead and check in with these comments, and then we're going to come into this reading. Farah, thank you so much, my darling, for telling people, reminding people to hit that like button while we're still able. Yes, like, share, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Themper Bree said, got my free Starbucks and such with my Ursula plushie. Yes, baby. I love it. Your Ursula plushie? Okay, now I'm on a mission. You have of course there's an Ursula plushie. I need a freaking Ursula plushie. Thank you. You are a gift. That comment was a gift to me. Now I'm on a mission. Hello, Ashley. You're on your way back home, back in 20, baby. Take your time and be safe. I am glad you are here. Oh, William, you said you are welcome. You are wonderful. Don't think I haven't forgot you, too. I still got a gift for you coming, okay? I'll be taking a while, but I'll be getting it. I'm going to get it. I got you. You are good. You are good. Susan B is telling the deacon good morning. Well, the deacon says good morning back at you, baby. The deacon says good morning back to you, baby. William got your tea and your crystals. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Dana said, ready to be spanked. I got you, baby. I got you. Vamp Kitten's already ready. You already know what's up. It's okay to cry. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's okay if you shed a tear. JJ said, I made pancakes this morning. I refuse to get spanked on an empty stomach again. You doing good work. I love to hear it. As your spiritual dom, it lights my heart up to know that you are taking care of yourself as you should. Eat some food. We about to get our butts handed to us. Eat some food. Welcome to the Speak and Spank. Philip said, sending love to you all. I'm at work right now, but I'll tune in for the replay later. Thank you, community. Thank you, Captain. You are so welcome, my dear. Thank you for even just popping in here. I appreciate you so much, and we'll see you in the replay, baby. Art of Laser said, good morning, LadySpeech. Good morning, my dear. Good morning, my dear. It's good to have you here. And then we have Naomi. I forgot my fleece on. I've got my fleece on, a full bottle of water, a notebook, and a pen with blue ink. Yes, I love it, baby. Well, it is good to see you all, Naomi. Thank you for your super chat, baby. Naomi said, I love you, speech. I wish this was 100,000 gold coins. I meditated on your well-being this morning. Thank you for your help along the way. You are welcome. And I want to thank you for always giving so much of your genuine goodness and generosity. You, my darling, have always given to me from the depths of your heart. And I appreciate every single bit of your attention, your time, and your financial reciprocity. You show so much love on my comments. You just show so much love to other people, and I appreciate you so deeply. Nina said, Nina, well, thank you for your super chat as well. Nina, well, I dragged my feet and sabotaged myself. Now I'm regrouping and grounding to take the leap of faith. Be blessed all. I love you. I love you. And right now that you are going to start our reading today with that message. Sometimes you sabotage yourself. Sometimes our mental health gets all the up in the way of our dreams, our goals, our desires. Sometimes the lack of support we have around us. Sometimes the past abuse that we've experienced sneaks back into us. Sometimes, for whatever reason, we fall short. We don't do what we want, what we need, what we know we should be doing. But the lesson is doing what you're doing right now. You're regrouping, you're grounding, and you're going to take the leap of faith. And you know what, Nina? You're going to be more than all right. Spirit can be very forgiving when we learn the lesson. Spirit can be very forgiving when we are accountable. Spirit can be very forgiving when we understand how we played a part in our own BS. We get up in front of that, we admit it, and we do what we have to do to heal that. You are worthy of second, third, fourth, fifth, and seventh, 800th chances. I'm glad you're holding yourself accountable, and I know Spirit got your back. All right. Mateo said, caught the live abroad from from Congo. Hey, baby. Congo representing. Congo representing. Thank you for the super sticker and super chat. The Spice Kitten. I appreciate you. Nicole, thank you so much for your super chat. Small Angry Martian. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. My lips look destroyed. I'm going to go ahead and admit that right now. No, this is not cold sores, and there's nothing wrong with having cold sores. My neurospiciness got the best of me, and I was picking at my lips this week, and the evidence is right there. So we're going to go ahead and acknowledge that, and then we're going to move on. Okay? Okay. All right, good people. I told you to grab your comfort items. I meant that. Now, keep all hands and feet inside this ride at all times, okay? We're going to begin. I said keep all hands and feet inside this ride at all times. It's going to go fast. It's going to go quick. We're moving at breakneck speed, and I don't want you to get hurt. I want you to pay attention. Focus on your breathing. Let's get this party started. The snake, the wild unknown animal spirit deck, the snake. There is so much untapped energy inside of you. No, you're not functioning at your full potential. And there's a lot of reasons why, all valid. Most of them have to do with the slave-based capitalist economy we find ourselves up under or influenced by. But this right here is a reminder, a push from spirit. A reminder of the fact that you are more, you contain more, you have multitudes inside of you, and there is untapped energy in you. There's a part of you, there's a locked room. For some of you, it's locked. People are at different spaces. For some of you, the door is locked and the door is buried behind a bunch of stuff. For some of you, the door is wide open. You just refuse to make your way over to that part of you. For some of you, you forgot there was even a basement where the hidden room is at, okay? It's time to tap in. Now, there's a lot of ways that you can approach this. You can approach this like the unfurling of the Kundalini energy at the base of your spine. Something is trying to wake up inside of you. You need to assist it. You need to assist it. You need to assist it by stepping out of your comfort zone. You need to assist it by taking accountability for your BS. You need to assist it by leaning into the growth cycle that Spirit has placed before you. But there is untapped energy inside of you. It's time to transform. You don't need anything. And here's the thing, it's untapped energy already within you. You don't need anything. You don't need to shift yourself. You don't need to change yourself. You need to tap in. You need to tap in. This looks like deeper prayer. This looks like ceremony for some of you. This looks like diving deeper into your cultural practices. This looks like getting into those books and the research that you already have lined up for you. Tap in. It's going to look different for everybody. For some of you, it's going to be getting into yoga, getting into dancing. For some of you, it's going to be unlocking it within the body, making a chiropractic appointment and releasing it from your body. It's about tapping in. You don't need anything extra from outside of you to access this. You don't need anything added to you. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need to lose weight. You just need to tap in. You just need to tap in. You don't need to alter yourself. You just need to tap in. You just need to tap in. Let Spirit lead you into that for the next couple weeks. Just to be open. Let Spirit rip you apart in all the best ways. It's time to shed. 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 It's time to let go. It's time to release. It's time to lean in. It's time to lean in. Seneca said, how do I get out of my comfort zone when I've never been in it? Well, maybe that's the lesson for you, baby. For you, the lesson is not about getting out of your comfort zone. It's about getting into your comfort. It's about getting into your comfort. It's about getting into your comfort. It's about letting yourself feel safe. It is about making safe space, demanding safe space somewhere in your world. It looks different for everybody. But it's time to tap in. It's in you already. It's in you already. It's in you already. Quit sleeping on yourself. Go hunting. It's hunting time. It's hunting time. Some of you, and I mean it, you're going to be hunting inside of you. You need to hunt for the courage. You need to hunt for the gumption. You need to hunt for the fire that's in you. There is a hidden room in you. You need to tap in. It's time to go hunting. It's time to get into some deep meditation, some deep prayer. For some of you, it's going, and it looks different. Some of y'all going to be able to sit down and ohm your way into it. Some of you going to have to get out and touch grass and touch nature and meditate and hug a tree to get into it. Some of you going to have some intensive dance parties to get into it. It's already inside of you. Quit looking for these things outside of you. Quit looking for these things outside of you to fulfill you, to push you into the next. No, you got it. You got it. You can, the outside things you need are going to come to you when you finally tap into the fact that you got what you need inside of you. Already. You got it. You got it. You got it. Welcome to the Speak and Spank. Yeah, I told you. This is why I take so much time. I like to lead into things. Because we just get handled over here. You're fine. But yeah, we getting handled. We getting snatched. Untapped into energy. Why you scared? Oh, I'm hungry. Y'all might hear a little my stomach. I should have ate. And I didn't eat because we about to grub today. Okay? We about to grub today. So I didn't eat. I was like, let me fast a little bit. But I'm already hungry. We ain't even through this reading. Oh, and I'm hungry too because this is my altar room. And yesterday I gave my spirits, they wanted some donuts. And my whole room smelled like cake. And they're offering Shola Good. I'm going to hook us both up when I'm done with this reading. But the whole room smelled like cake. And I'm hungry. Anyway. You better snap in. You better tap in. It's time to transform. It's time to transform. And you can transform at any moment in any given time. You can use the birthday. First off, your new year, you transform every year on your birthday. But outside of that, you can always decide to just be new. You can always just decide. And this isn't being fake. No, but you can't always decide to transform. You can't always decide to tap in, and that's exactly what Spirit is asking you to do at this moment. You need to tap the fuck in. And then we just follow that right the hell into the Phoenix energy. You thought the snatching was done? You thought the speak and spank was about to ease up on you? No, honey. Welcome to the speak and spank, where it stings so good. It's time to burn. It's time to burn. It's time to burn. It's time to burn. It's time to burn everything down, honey. It's time to burn everything down. It's time to light it on fire. It's time to lean into the destruction. Let it go. But we ain't on our Elsa energy. Ain't nothing cold about this, honey. Ain't nothing cold about this. It's time to burn. Phoenix energy. Yeah, it's gonna get hot. It's gonna get hot. Spirit about to take you through a few trials and tribulations and changes. But here's the thing, it's gonna be a cakewalk if you lean in. It's gonna be a cakewalk if you tap in. The only way you about to get through what's about to happen, because I'm gonna tell you what's about to happen for all of us, darling. Listen up. Spirit is about to throw us off of a skyscraper, out of the window. I'm talking 100,000 feet up in the air. And the wings that you need, you have. You have. You're gonna need to trust them and grow them all the way down. But you still don't believe. That's why Spirit's about to just throw you off of a cliff. Because that adrenaline gonna kick in. And you either gonna be faced with your demise, or you're gonna be faced with your greatness and your magnificence. But the gag is, I'm telling you now. So if you just start believing now, by the time Spirit throw you off, you're already going to be sprouting your wings and you're going to feel even less fearful. But whether you trust what I'm saying now or just wait until Spirit throw you off a cliff, grow them wings. You got them in you. 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 So it's time for the Phoenix, baby. And these are the wings that we're talking about. The Phoenix wings. You have everything you need in you. It's time. It's time to just trust it. It's time to just start walking different. And it's time to don't explain it. Stop wasting your time explaining it. Stop. And listen, that goes for me too. Y'all about to see me moving real different. And I'm not gonna explain anything to you. Y'all get caught up with it. I'll explain as I'm walking. I'm not like, I'll explain as I'm living it. My existence is the explanation, darling. You'll get it soon. You'll get it soon. You'll get it soon. Okay, get into it. It's get into it. We different now, honey. It's different now. We different now. It's different now. We different now. You different now. We different now. And by different, I mean we are more of who we were always meant to be. This transformation, this Phoenix energy is about tapping into who you've always been. The true essence of yourself. The magic that people have seen since birth. It's time to be unapologetic about it. It's time to believe fully in it. It's time to play like there ain't no other plan. Because there ain't no other plan. Darling, what did I tell you guys during the last reading? The theme is unhinged. The theme is unhinged, my darlings. The theme is unhinged. The theme is unhinged. Unhook yourself. The theme is unhinged in the name of love. Unhinged in the name of healing. Unhinged in the name of breaking generational cycles. Unhinged, baby. Unhinged. Look at the incels. Look at the racists. Look at these people. Look at the people in power. They're unhinged in the name of greed. Why are we just letting them be the only ones? Darling, they're transforming into the worst possible versions of themselves. Why are you holding back? Why are you holding back? These people are out here giving themselves permission to just descend into the abyss of dismalness. Oh, why are you holding back with your magnificent self? You gonna let them win? I'm not. Darling, no. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use my pal as a fan. You gonna let them win? You gonna let these people you better ascend. The theme is unhinged, my darling. The theme is unhinged. In the name of healing, in the name of love, in the name of Mother Earth, in the name of community, in the name of wholeness. That's the theme. It's a theme. Are we gonna let them win, huh? Are we gonna let them win? I mean, I'm not. I'm gonna play my part. I'm already playing my part. Are you gonna play yours? You gonna tap in? You gonna burn? Huh? What you gonna do? I mean, this is a suggestion. I'm just saying. It's a suggestion. It's a suggestion. You don't gotta follow it, but you know. Oh, look at this. Deacon affirmation box. You are out of pocket, and at the same time, I couldn't love you more. Unhinged. Obviously, Deacon affirmation box has the memo and is here to back us up. I want you to repeat after me. I have everything I need within myself. When I tell you this affirmation box is possessed, it's an entity. It listens to everything I say, it listens to these cards, and then it says what it says. And whatever. Repeat after me. I have everything I need within myself. I be pulling these at random, y'all. The OGs know. They every week it just reinforces how this thing is alive. We just get smacked. Just repeat after me and just do what the deacon says. That's all I can say at this point. I have everything I need. Everything I need within myself. I have 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 everything I need within myself. Repeat after me. I have everything I need within myself. I have everything I need within myself. I have everything I need within myself. Quit looking outside. Quit looking outside. You gonna receive the help that you want. You gonna receive the support that you need. You gonna receive everything you need outside of you when you give it to yourself inside of you. You have everything you need. We all do. We all do. We all do. We have everything we need to succeed. Repeat after me. I am prosperous, healthy, happy, and live in abundance. I am prosperous, healthy, happy, and live in abundance. Repeat after me. I am prosperous. I am prosperous, healthy, happy, and live in abundance. I am prosperous, healthy, happy, and live in abundance. I am prosperous, healthy, happy, and live in abundance. I am prosperous, healthy, happy, and live in abundance. I am prosperous, healthy, happy, and live in abundance. I'm laughing at Shadows and Secrets comment. Deacon affirmation box said, submit. For real. Listen, at least I try to warm you up before I grab you about the neck and get to handling you. I warm up the room. I warm up my hands. I warm up the paddles. Deacon affirmation box just comes in and sends us to the stratosphere. I'd be like, wait, no. We just get handled. Sarah Budd said, Spirit is talking loud today. They loud as hell. Spirit is loud as all get out. It is all get out. Done willing matriarch said, Deacon, God. Exactly. Vamkin said, I am loving this reading so far. This is a damn good spanking. Amen to that. Amen to that. All right, y'all beautiful people. Again, I want to thank you all for your super sad chats and super stickers. The Cash App is LadySpeech, Venmo LadySpeech Sankofa, PayPal LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com. Always feel free to show your financial appreciation for this labor, baby. All right, this is Atete, and I apologize if I am massacring this her sacred name. If someone knows how to pronounce it correctly, please correct me in the comments. This is all about worthiness. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy of love on your terms. You are worthy of protection. You are worthy of help. You are worthy of assistance. You are worthy of speaking your truth. You are worthy of being heard. You are worthy of improving your health. You are worthy of being cared for, of being assisted. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy of a good future. You matter. You are worthy. The magnificent parts of you, the parts of you that people love, the parts of you that assist others, the parts of you that are benefit to others and yourself, that's worthy. The parts of you that are healing, the parts of you that are out here breaking generational cycles, that's worthy. And the parts of you that do not feel worthy of love are worthy of love. Your shadow part of you, the part of you that has been the monster in someone's story, the part of you that's been the liar, the part of you that's been the cheat, the part of you that's been the cheater, the part of you that's been the mean, bitchy person, the part of you that has the unnecessary attitude towards people who are just trying to love you. Yeah, those parts of you are worthy too. They're worthy of your entire and full humanity. And those parts are worthy of love and care and healing. You are worthy even when you've been a monster. Some of you can't even heal that monstrous part of you because you refuse to acknowledge that that part is deserving and is worthy of love. So you keep from acknowledging and you keep perpetuating nasty behavior because you refuse to love that part of you. There is a post going around on Facebook. I haven't shared it, and I don't know if I will. I might, but the message resonates. I might say whatever else I need to say about it in my own terms. But basically, this post speaks about how those bad kids need love too. And how we it's easy to show up for the good kids, but it's really hard to show up for the bad kids, the kids that are obviously disturbed. And as someone who has worked in a treatment facility and my whole 20s and early 30s career, late teens, actually, late teens, I had a long space working in community and doing community organizing and community healing and community work and community teaching. And I worked with at-risk youth that entire time. And those were considered the worst kids. I had a reputation for being the shortest of stature, but being the one in the inn where the toughest of kids would request. And I could get the most violent of children to chill. And they would give me the problematic kids because they knew eventually some about me would probably get through to them. And there was no secret to what I did. I treated them like they were human. I loved them, and that's it. I set boundaries. I was clear about, I knew the ugly that they were dealing with, the ugly that they had committed, and they were still deserving of love. That is all I did. I set boundaries. I let them know that I was not the one, the two, the four, the five to mess with, that I too could be just as gangster as them, that I was coming from a place of balance inside of me. And the last thing that I wanted to do was hurt them, but if they were hell-bent on hurting me, themselves, or all these other kids, that I would hurt them in the name of keeping them safe. And I let them know that everything that I was speaking and coming at them from came from love. That's it. And those children gave me back humanity every time. I had to do the least amount of restraints. Those kids listened to me. I just poured into them. I created affirmations. This affirmation box was born from those kids. This affirmation box came because I wanted them to have inspiration. We went over these affirmations. We said it back and forth to each other. These kids came to come and use this box. They poured so much life into this box because I poured this box life into it and I gave it back to them. You are worthy. And it is the hardest to accept when you have been ugly, when you have acted beneath your character, when you have done bad things, when you have been the villain. That is when you need love the most. Some of you cannot come out of your depression because you know how monstrous you've been, and you, instead of holding yourself accountable, you keep running from it. And then by running from it, you end up running into it. You are worthy, even when you are at your most monstrous. You are still worthy of love. Take that into yourself. And then hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable for the way that you have been to others. Make amends directly if they allow you to and you can, or indirectly by living a better life and being a better person and being a better village member and actually changing. Repent for the things that you've done and show up for yourself. Show up for yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself when you acted out of your mental lack of mental stability. Forgive yourself when you acted out of not having a great upbringing. Forgive yourself when you have been the villain because you didn't know no better. Forgive yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Yeah, I did that. I did that. Never offer excuses for what you did, but knowing the explanation is powerful. And being able to offer up the explanation for the ugliness is powerful. You can then begin to release yourself. If you aren't able to make amends to these people because they have chosen not to forgive you, and that's their prerogative, because they can't, because they're in their space, that's prerogative, or because they've moved on and they're dead, or whatever reasons, you can still make amends to the universe. You can still pay that karmic debt to the universe. Even if that other person doesn't allow you to pay that to them directly, you can pay that karmic debt to the universe by being a better person. You can pay that karmic debt to the universe by paying it up and paying it forward, by actually shifting and changing, by showing true remorse. And I want to mention this. You are worthy of love, no matter what. But I want to remind you of this. If you've been someone's monster, they do not have to forgive you, and you are still worthy. If you've been the villain in someone's story and it was particularly heinous, they don't ever have to forgive you. That's not on them. You're still worthy of love. On the flip side, you don't have to forgive people who've been a devastating force in your world. You can still live a fulfilling life. You can still live a great life. We ain't on this Abrahamic religion, turn the other cheek thing. It is not the job of the person who's been abused to hold the space for their abuser's healing. So know that both coming and going. If you've been the one who's wronged people, it is not the people who you've wronged. It's not their job or their space to hold space for your healing. You got to work that out on your own, and you're still worthy. On the flip side, you don't got to hold space for other folks who they're healing when they've wronged you. Honor your boundaries. You are worthy. The great parts of you are worthy of love, of care, of healing. The horrific parts of you are worthy. The parts of you that aren't, so that you need to do your shadow work on, are worthy. Okay? All right. We have Medusa, the next one up, Rage. Your rage is sacred and you need to make room. Now, there's a question. Are you participating with and utilizing sacred, holy, divine rage? Or are you consuming toxic rage? And here's how you know the difference. One is rooted in the lack of being able to regulate your emotions, and one is rooted in embracing your emotions and being able to regulate them and having a high emotional intelligence. I'm going to tell you how you can tell. Does everything that everybody does bother you? Do you find yourself going off several times a day over little things? From road rage to every little thing your strangers do to you, things that coworkers do to you. Do you have a hard time letting go of things? Are you consistently, most of your conversations, complaints about everyone? You probably aren't great at regulating your emotions. And that's on purpose. Do not judge yourself. Most of us are not emotionally equipped to be emotionally intelligent. The great thing is, once you embrace that, you can fix it. Rage is a powerful force. Healthy, divine rage is what allows people to change the community. People run for office, people start businesses, people start non-for-profits, people fix things in the community. My divine rage is what has allowed me to protect people. My divine rage is what keeps me speaking up on behalf of my people and on behalf of the marginalized communities I stand in intersection of. My divine rage has helped me to move protest forward. My divine rage is what made that picture of me go viral the first time when I was saging the cops. The first picture in this modern times that have went viral with an urban Black person using magic and medicine in ritual. It was my sacred rage that got me there. Sacred rage is beautiful, but sacred rage can only be when you are encompassing and embracing of all of your emotions, when you know how to deal with each, when you give each the space, the stage to be, and then to be released. Siet Yana said, how can you better regulate your inner emotions in a healthy way? So it's going to create in order to do this, you need to have a commitment to doing this. And it's going to be a few things. There's going to be research involved, talking to therapists, psychotherapists, reading. There are videos and documentaries about it. It is all about how you approach learning something new and learning a new skill, because that's really what it is. It is about learning these new skills and also unlearning. A part of this is recognizing, hey, I have a problem, and then committing yourself to unlearning. Unlearning the unhealthy ways that you have dealt with. And unlearning is going to start with first that self awareness and identifying self. For me, everything, you talking to the goddess king, you talking to a priestess, you talking to the priest, a healer. So I always start with spirit. I always start, my first thing is prayer. And I always pray when I'm working on something, I literally pray for the spirits, for the books, the documentaries, the resources, the people, the conversations, the peers, the gurus, the guides, the teachers that are going to help me learn and unlearn anything that I need to learn on this process. And from there, it's a deep dive. It's going into the library, looking up books and whatever resonates with me, picking it up. It is about, I happen to be in a space now where I have a circle of people that includes therapists, psychotherapists. So I have an opportunity to talk to people in a many different fields about some of these things. And I happen to have friends and associates that are therapists and things. So I can get these sessions that way. Because I've sent, this is my life. Like, my life is healing. So I do acknowledge my privilege in that space. But it is about making this, your lifestyle, and just acknowledging that there's a problem here and being committed and dedicated to addressing the problem, and unlearning and relearning. Okay. Because the rage is necessary and there's nothing wrong with it. Sacred rage is beautiful and it is responsible. Sacred rage was a part of every liberation movement. Sacred rage is a part of women's liberations, queer folks liberations, trans liberations, Black liberation, indigenous liberation. Okay. Sacred rage is an integral part of that, but it can only be sacred when it isn't destroying us internally. And that only happens when we are regulating our emotions. Most of us are ruled by our emotions. We're not regulated. Most of us are, and it's to the other extreme. This is not about being unbothered. This is not about being in a state of nothing bothers me, because that's not actually healthy either. These people being like, I'm unbothered, I'm unbothered. You don't actually want to strive to be in a space of being unbothered. Unbothered about everything means you're out of fucking touch. Okay? And you are emotionally distant, and that's not okay. The key is to not be ruled by it, to have your emotions be in balance with because your emotional intelligence is important. To have your emotional intelligence work in balance with your intellectual, mental intelligence, the physical intelligence that you carry in your body, and the spiritual intelligence that you develop with your spiritual practice. I always talk about, y'all hear me talk about a lot about healing on all four bodies and being in all four of your bodies. It's the mental body, the physical body, the emotional body, and the spiritual body. And all of those bodies come with intelligence that needs to be honored and developed. The same way you develop your intellectual prowess, you read, you do quizzes, you test your brain, you give yourself riddles. The same way we learn intellectually, it's the kind of similar spiritually and emotionally and physically. You test your body. Right now, my body is, I'm in a year of serious back in the gym, strength training, and powerlifting. I used to strength train. My body is relearning the things that it used to learn. And I'm also, because I'm dipping into powerlifting, I'm a baby powerlifter, my body is learning things that it's never done before. Learning how to carry bigger weights than I've ever carried on individualistic parts of my body. That is something that every week I put into. Every week I push myself a little further. I stretch, I do different things. So it's the same, it's a commitment to your development and then coming at that different ways. So the rage being, making sure that we're using it for the right way, not denying it. Some of y'all are in a position where you are denying your sacred rage. That's why you're going off on every little thing, because the big rage that you feel isn't being addressed. I'm gonna tell you this: there's a lot of cisgendered women out here who are very mad at trans women because of they're mad at men. There are women who are assigned female at birth because of their genitalia, and they identify with that identity, which is great, which is beautiful. But they are irrationally mad at trans women because you're actually really mad at men. And you can't express your anger to men because we're in a very crazy and scary place when it comes to being a woman. A lot of women cannot and don't feel empowered to express their anger at men because they feel in danger, and they're right. They are in danger when it comes to men. And if they were to express their rage to the level that they want to, they know that they are surrounded by men who will possibly unalive them. So, what is the safer bet? To express your deep anger at a marginalized community that cannot hurt you to the level, because they don't have the privilege. They don't have the wherewithal. They don't have the backing by society to be able to hurt you like men can. When you can't embrace your rage, you'll never be able to get up under rage. Because what's really up under rage? Fear, trauma. What is up under the rage of so many women in regards to transgender women? Pain and trauma. Because what is statistically, what is it? What's the statistics? What's the statistics? One in what? One in what? One in what? 1 in 3? 1 in 4 women don't make it to 18 without experiencing sexual assault. Yeah. Pain. What is up under that rage at men? It's pain. It's trauma. See, rage and anger are secondary emotions, baby. They're not primary emotions. What I mean by that there is always something up under that. It's not, rage is not, rage and anger, that's not, it's not just pure. There is something up under it. There is betrayal. There is trauma. There is pain. There is hurt. There is something up under it. There is violation. Some of us, this is about not being scared. Learning not to be scared of our rage, learning not to be scared of our anger. But you've never had a healthy way to express it. That's why you're scared. Because you know if you go to expressing it, it's going to be expressed in unhealthy ways. So your homework is to begin to learn how to healthily express your rage. I'm going to be honest with you. A big reason why, especially on Facebook, I got a lot of followers for a time was because of I used to attract a lot of people, and I still do when I'm in big emotion, especially rage. There's a way that my rage, because I embrace my rage, and when I'm communicating in my rage, it people respond to it. People respond to it because of drama, but also people respond to it because I'm not someone who's out of control when I'm rageful. I'm very much checked into all of it, and I embrace it. But in the beginning of that, I remember that there would be a few people who'd be like, "Speech, don't do this. Don't let him see. You can't be so angry. Like, stop." And I would be like, you know what? You need to hold up and stop. I have every right to be as angry as I am about everything I have every right to be angry about. My rage makes you uncomfortable because y'all are used to the love and the light and the beauty and that is a part of me, but I'm a whole human. And the reason why I'm expressing my rage because it exists, and if I don't express it outside of me, it will be expressed inside of me and turned inward. If you don't deserve to have me at my motivation. You don't deserve me when I'm pouring love and light into you if you can't accept the full range of my humanity. I'm human. And sit in intersections from the black community being homophobic and transphobic to white culture to all other cultures being anti-black to being in the LGBTQI community and experiencing anti-blackness. Every aspect of my existence gets attacked. I have the right to my rage and my anger. And because I express it in healthy ways, it doesn't rule me. It's a tool to be used to help me in my movements to heal. And it isn't something that I turn inward and I use to hurt myself. Embrace your rage. Understand if you are dealing with your toxic rage or healthy healing rage. If you are rooted in your toxic rage, you can fix it, but you need to admit that that's where you're at. Focus on your healing and the development of your emotional intelligence. Acknowledge the fact that most of us are not. Most of us have been stunted at 4, 5, 6, or 7. You might be intellectually whatever age you are, but in your heart, you're a 5-year-old. You're a 3-year-old. You're a 2-year-old. Everybody and their mama has control over you because they can just get up under your skin. If you are annoyed by every little thing that people do, if you can't let it go, if you find yourself, if you are obsessing about the little things people do 2-3 weeks at a time, you aren't emotionally mature. You need to check that. You need to do some healing around it. Okay? Okay? No more. Seneca said women have been conditioned to swallow rage. Yep, and men have been conditioned that that's all there is. So if you were assigned female at birth, you were taught to swallow your rage. And if you were assigned male at birth, you were taught that that is the thing that makes you manly. All of it is stupid. Every single one of us got conditioned dumb. Every single one of us. And the reason why is because we gendered things. We gender emotional intelligence, logic as masculine. Men are more logical. Logic belongs to men. Emotions are women. Emotions are weak. They belong to women. When logic and emotions are simply human, it's not gendered. It's not gendered. All people are emotional. There is no zodiac sign that is more. All of us are emotional. No gender is more emotional. All of us are emotional. We express it differently depending on our circumstances. All of us are logical. Logic is not for men or women. All of us are logical. Ain't no zodiac sign better. You better. All of us are logical. We're human. God, it just got out of control. And because of that, we have a lot of intelligent people who are emotionally disconnected, who are emotionally not where they need to be. So deal with your rage. Wherever we talked about a few, this card is coming from a lot of perspectives. Deal with it. Deal with it. If you out here, if you can't go, deal with it. Deal with it. And here's the thing, you are a better consumer if you are emotionally unintelligent. You will just buy things mindlessly. You will overeat if you are emotionally they want you this way. You will overconsume medication. You will overconsume substances. They got us where they want us. You will overconsume. You will be mindless about the things you do. Like, don't fall into that trap. Deal with your rage and put it in the right place, because when used correctly, it moves mountains. And dealing with rage is not about eradicating it. Again, my rage is sacred. I like to think about the fact, like, that when the Avengers movie, forget the one, I forget which one it was, um, but at the end where they're fighting the aliens, and here comes Bruce Banner on the little bicycle, and they're like, "This would be a really good," and he gets off, and then like the big machine monsters coming to get him, and everybody's like, "We about to die," and Captain America's like, "This would be a really good time for you to get angry," and Bruce is just walking, and he was like, "That's the thing. I'm always angry," and then he just turns around and he punches that thing. That is that's an example of emotional regulation. Because at the beginning of the Hulk's journey, everything could set this dude off, and he got to the point where Bruce was like, we are one. We meditate." So the Hulk started meditating. The Hulk started being like, "No, this is not two different people. I am just one person now." That's when you need to. That's what I'm telling you this. That's me in rage. That is me in rage, because there's always a reason for me to be mad. So I embrace that. And I also understand, I also embrace all of the other emotions. So I don't actually spend a lot of time with rage. But I tell you this, you come for me in mine, you come for me in mine, oh, I will tap right the hell in. I will tap right, and it's go time. I don't need a song, a drink, a nothing. I don't need a hype man. I don't need nothing. If there is danger, oh, we busting the cap off of that. And full rage is here. I don't need any type of warm up. You gonna get it. You gonna get the claws. You gonna get the cuffs. You gonna get all of it. And I'm going full on into whatever we're going into. And when we're done, we're done. That's the thing, is I'm not afraid of my rage, because I ain't gonna go overboard. When it's the cap, when the danger is done, poof, we're done. I'm good. I'm gonna leave you alone. When your neck broke and you laying on the side of the road, I'm fine. Regulate your emotions, people. That regulate your rage so you can utilize it in the best ways possible. Okay. I'm gonna check in. Oh Jesus, let's just go ahead and get this over with. Affirmation box. If you know, you know. It's okay to cry. Repeat after me, because I know this was a lot. I could just tell by the movement in the comments that there was a lot going on with these last couple cards. So it's okay to cry. 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 Good Lord. From Deacon Affirmation Box, you are out of pocket. That's all I have to say. You out of pocket every single damn time without fail, Lord. Deacon, Nicole said Deacon with the follow through. I ain't never had a hype man. I've been a performer for years, and I've had a lot of duos, and I've performed with a couple groups. I ain't never had a hype man that just so smoothly got, like, if this was a person and we were in a band, we would just be flawless together. Siet said, "Is sadness sacred as well?" Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is, baby. It's very sacred. The deacon, Calypso 1? Calypso. Is that how it is? Calypso 1 said, "The deacon is undefeated." Yes, the deacon is undefeated. All right. Oh, Lord. And here we go. Deacon Affirmation Box again. This is a quote by Toni Morrison, Song of Solomon. If you you want to fly, you got to give up the shit that weighs you down. You want to fly, you got to give up the shit that weighs you down. You want to fly, you got to give up the shit that weighs you down. You want to fly, you got to give up the shit that weighs you down. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one out. I'm gonna be revisiting that this week as I am checking into my transformation. I want to go back to something that someone asked before: is your sadness sacred? Yeah. And this is the reason why a lot of us can't get out of the hold on sacred. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. What white supremacy did with shame, the way that white supremacy figured out how to use shame, the way capitalism then picked up on that and continues that, is the reason why so many people, we can't move forward in things. Your shame is an effective prison, and our shame around emotions is even more effective and keeps us boxed in. Every single one of your emotions is sacred. Your sadness is sacred. Your anger is sacred. Your rage is sacred. Once we acknowledge that your joy is sacred, your happiness is sacred, once we acknowledge that, what you will begin to learn to do is to sit with these sacred things. When things are sacred, you treat them as such. So, what do? You take your time with them, you process with them deeply. If we treated our emotions as sacred, that's exactly what we would do. We would take our time with them, we would process these things, and then we would release and put them back or put them where they need to go very gently and accordingly. Your every single aspect of your humanity is sacred. Begin to treat it as such. Begin to treat it as such. Natty me, you are right on time, baby. You ain't late, you are right on time. Art of Laser says, my anger is valid, but I can't live in it. Exactly. All of your emotions are valid and you can't live in it. Newsflash, y'all can't live in your happiness either. Okay? You can't live in your joy. Your emotions are ebbs and flows. We learn to embrace, we learn to sit, we learn to. Here's how your emotions go. You have a home, and your door is always unlocked and open, and your emotions make their way in. And no matter what emotion comes in, you invite that emotion in. You have some tea and some crumpets and snacks prepared. Crumpets may not be your style. Maybe some Doritos and some soup, or some crackers and some pretzels. Whatever you like to serve, you serve that. You invite your emotions down. You have some tea. You have some hot Cheetos. Don't Not too many of them because it'll mess up your stomach. You sit with your emotions. You sit with them. How you doing, Joy? Oh, this is wonderful. Go ahead and share what made you so joyful. This is great. I love it. Let's just bask in that. That's awesome. Okay, I'll release you, and you release it. Now here's the thing: when you do that correctly, when you learn to just let it go and live in the moment, that joy, you're gonna find that joy comes around again and again and again and again and again. You ain't gotta live in a certain moment and hold it hostage. The thing about all your emotions is that you can't live in them. You bring them in for a second. You bring them in for as much time, and then you let them go. Knowing and understanding that in your human experience, those are going to come right around again at some point. Okay? You cherish. Each one of your emotions has something to give you. It has a lesson, it has a gift, it has wisdom to impart upon you and to you. You gain that wisdom, you gain that you to accept that gift, you become a better person. And then you learn how to deal with your emotions better. You learn how to deal and process your emotions better. Okay? Okay. Alrighty then. Let me see. Natty Me said, I found out about this beautiful being a week ago. This is my first live. Hello to all you beautiful souls here. Hello and welcome, newbie. It's good to have you here. Emily Monroe said, accept, simply accept, let it come on in, then flow back out like the tide. Exactly. Exactly. Sarah said, yep, they did research on shame to keep people in financial debt. It's one of the core hooks of scarcity. That's exactly it, y'all. Your shame around all of you, your shame around sensuality, sexuality, your shame around spirit, your shame is the most effective prison. And they got that. It's the most effective prison. Once you let go of that, and not in these bombastic, superficial ways, but once you really do the work and the healing and you let go of that, you will gain so much more control of yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your critical thinking, your impulses, your mental health. It's deep out here in these streets, y'all. It's deep. All righty, then we are going to move on. We are in the message from our animal guides deck. We have the tiger. You're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you are capable of doing so. It's time. You are the leader your community, your ancestors is waiting for. There is not one person, one entity, one organization that's going to come and save us. It's you. It's all of us. I am not worried about collecting likes that are superficial because I know I'm not for everybody. I ain't here to save everybody. I have a message for certain things, for certain people at certain times. And I'm going to play that role because I know that there are other people who are here doing the same damn thing. So the folks I can't reach, it's not my job to, and I'm not going to worry about it because there is somebody born with the message to reach the people that I can't. You ain't ever got to worry about things like that when you embrace yourself, when you embrace your path, when you embrace who you are. Your leadership ain't gonna look like everybody's leadership. Some of us are gonna lead thousands. Some of us are gonna lead millions. Some of us are gonna lead hundreds. Some of us are gonna lead a couple, a dozen. Some of us are gonna lead our families. All of us are gonna lead ourselves. All of us are here to lead our ancestors. All of us are here to lead now. This ain't leadership from the capitalistic perspective. You're on top, the people you're leading at the bottom. No, true leader is in front. A true leader is going to encounter the things that their people are going to need to encounter before their people. A true leader is going to help their people bear the weight. The true leader isn't going to be carried on the shoulders of their subjects as part of the weight. A true leader is going to get in front of it and figure it out. A true leader is going to trust their counsel. They're going to trust themselves. You are the leader that your community is waiting for. You. You are the leader that your ancestors are waiting for. You are the leader that you are waiting for. Your leadership doesn't have to be perfect. It needs to be authentic. It needs to be genuine. It needs to be you holding yourself accountable for the things you do when you are messed up and trusting in your magnificence. No one's coming to save us. You. You're tasked with saving us. I'm tasked with saving us. We are tasked with saving us. You're the one that everybody's been waiting for. You're the one that your ancestors have been waiting for. You're the one that you've been waiting for. I've been waiting for you. You see me out here. I'm doing what I need to do. And I'm constantly trying to do it even better and more and bigger and more effective. I need you. We all need you. And the thing is, it's not on me. And yet it is. It's not on you. And yet it is. We're a net. Quit worrying. I'm not worried. Although I understand we're facing dire circumstances all across the world. I keep meeting people who are walking in their divine path, who are healing their communities, who are doing such good work. I keep seeing these kids with all of these really brilliant ideas, so much energy, and they're fighting back. I could just look out at this world and I could believe the picture that they're trying to paint. I could believe that. Because part of that is real. There is so much pain. But then I keep seeing the ancestors speak through these children, and I keep meeting people who get it. randomly. And I'm going to believe that picture instead. I'm going to choose to believe that there is more than me because I keep seeing us. I keep seeing examples. I keep seeing the spirits of my ancestors show up in people who look like me. I keep seeing Black femmes just killing it in our communities. I keep seeing Indigenous women doing their work. I can't participate in hopelessness when I wake up every day and I see myself and I fight to stay here and to be a light. And then when I see that reflected in my community, I simply cannot give up hope. It is you. It is you that we are waiting for. It is you. It is your ancestors. It is you. So, be unafraid. As you are being a leader, remember to listen to the people. Remember that you are nothing without the people that you are leading. Remember that there is no such thing as Captain Save-A-Ho. That in the end, the only person that you can truly save is yourself. To continue to be a good leader, continue to focus on that. Continue to focus on leading yourself first and foremost. Healing yourself first and foremost. Being the best that you can be for you. And if you do that, you will be the best that you can be for the people. We have the Roadrunner. Keep your sense of humor. Don't take things so seriously. So times is rough. This is a lot. Keep your sense of humor. Pour into yourself. Laugh at yourself. Keep your joy about you. Pour into things that bring you joy. Participate in experiences that bring you joy. From your music to TV shows to the books that you read. Yes, keep up on current events. Yes, do your research, but also fill your world with things that bring you joy. Fill your mind with thoughts that bring you joy. Laugh at yourself when you make a silly mistake. It's okay. Instead of meeting your mistakes with shame, meet your mistakes with humor. And this doesn't mean being self-deprecating to the way in a space where you're tearing yourself down, but being able to laugh at yourself when you have been silly or when you make a mistake, do so. Watch your cartoons. Indulge the joy of your inner child. Laugh at the fart jokes if that's what makes you giggle. Your joy is sacred. Theophilus said, yes, sacred rage and sacred joy can coexist. Exactly. And for those of you who are afraid of your rage taking you over, this means you're not doing enough joy work. You know, I have trained myself, and I share this quite often. And every time I share it, someone's like, that makes so much sense. This is why I keep sharing it. I'm neurospicy. And before I even realized that, I was doing things to get around my neurospicy. One of the things that can be bad for us is remembering to hydrate ourselves. And so years ago, I started training myself to do something I call a hydration check. So literally, I will make that phrase, hydration check. It literally goes off like an alarm in my brain several times during the day. I've trained myself to just do this. And when that phrase goes off, no matter what I'm doing, I stop. And in my head, I count from that moment what I drank today. And this helps me to understand if I'm hydrated or not. And so I'll say, hey, like right now, hydration check. I'm like, oh, you just had your sparkling water. So we need to probably have, it makes me mindful about what I'm drinking. So I'm making sure I'm not just, drinking juice or whatever all day long. I've learned to do something called a joy check. So in the same space. And that literally is, have you smiled today? When's the last time you smiled? So when that phrase fires off in my head, joy check, I literally ask myself, have you laughed today? Have you smiled today? So even if you're in a bad mood and you just don't feel like laughing, you need to do something that's going to bring you joy. You need to do something that's going to bring you. So if it's watching a cat video, listening to a song that makes you happy, looking at a certain image, praying, meditating, being in front of the altar, calling someone, listening to a saved voicemail that makes me happy, whatever it is, looking at that and really taking in and being in that joy and letting myself have that moment of joy to literally allow my spirit to drink it in. So that's a reminder to keep your sense of humor and and make sure that you're pouring into your joy. All right, good people, let's do the affirmations. Let's see what Deacon Affirmation Box has for us. Cash App LadySpeech, Venmo LadySpeech Sankofa, PayPal LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Yeah. Always feel free to show your financial appreciation for this labor. Hello. Alrighty then, Deacon Affirmation Box. Repeat after me. I make a difference in the lives of others. Lord, you just have no chill, Deacon. God dang, you really be listening in. I make a difference in the lives of others. Repeat after me. I make a difference in the lives of others. I make a difference in the lives of others. I make a difference in the lives of others. I make a difference in the lives of others. I make a difference in the lives of others. I make a difference in the lives of others. I make a difference in the lives of others. I make a difference in the lives of others. Alrighty then. This is a quote by Rumi, and I just want you to listen. I don't want you to repeat after me, and I want you to ask yourself, what prison are you keeping yourself in? And then I want you to liberate yourself at some point. This quote says, "Why do you stay in prison when the door is wide open?" Rumi. I'm going to ask this a couple times, and I just want you to sit with this. Is the prison that you're keeping yourself in the prison of I got to be a certain weight? Are you keeping yourself in the prison of being adhering to someone else's expectations of life rather than your own? Are you keeping yourself in the prison of living a lifestyle that other people want and not necessarily what you want? Why do you stay in a prison when the door is wide open? Why do you stay in a prison when the door is so wide open? Why do you stay in a prison when the door is so wide open? You know, in the name of transparency, I really thought, and I kept myself in the prison that I needed to consistently earn the love that I was given, and that I just wasn't enough on my own standing still. I liberated myself from that prison. That liberation began 5 years ago, and I'm so glad I'm out. The thing about that prison was, like this quote, that door was wide open. Once I really got to the root of why and it was really unworthiness. Once I got to the root of that, when I looked up, it was so apparent. There was no lead, steel bars keeping me in. It was me. Why do you stay in a prison when the door is so wide open? The prison of unworthiness, feeling like you're unworthy of love, of help, of support. Some of you are continuing to stay in the prison that you've created for yourself by simply not asking for help. Whatever the answer to that question is, that's your next assignment in your healing journey. Let's see. Let's do another affirmation. This affirmation says, I get lots of rest during these times as I need it. I get lots of rest during these times as I need it. I get lots of rest during these times as I need it. I get lots of rest during these times as I need it. I get lots of rest during these times as I need it. I get lots of rest during these times as I need it. This is a reminder to prioritize your rest. Prioritize your rest. I want to take this moment to remind you that I am not on Instagram right now. And I actually haven't been offering readings publicly to the people. So there's lots of scammers out here in these streets. I am going to be ready to move with my forward with my lawyers this summer. And so they're going to be getting some cease and desist. Also, like, I'm going to be straight up suing people. That's going to be fun because I don't appreciate the fact that my name has been disparaged. These people are offering spell work, all kinds of things in my name that I actually don't offer, never offered. And also, they've scammed thousands of dollars out of people. So I want to remind you of that. Once I do go back to giving readings, it'll again involve video call, no phone readings at all. You will need to be able to see me. And that's how I've always done the readings. So I also want to remind you that I only have one official account on TikTok. And again, all of that is going to be in my link tree, which is in my description box. Okay. All right. So last cards of the reading. First and foremost, we have the seer. See beyond the current situation. So a couple messages about this card that are coming through. First and foremost, the clairvoyance. All of us have instincts. All of us have intuition. And that is a form of clairvoyancy. All of us have that aspect of us. And this card is an encouragement to trust those things, to encourage those things, to train those things. Your second sight is just like any other sense that you have. You can enhance it in a lot of spaces. And this is going to be done with using it. The more you use it, the stronger it oftentimes gets. So leaning into your clairvoyance, trusting your instincts, leaning into your intuition, seeing beyond what is being said. And that is the other message to this, is the seeing aspect of things that's about critical thinking. Sometimes it's not cosmic things. Your critical thinking will allow you to see what's not being said. There's sometimes it's not about your intuition. It's not about your instincts. It's about actually looking at the facts, looking at the things before you, looking at the things being said, looking at what's not. It's about looking at the plan laid out before you and being able to decipher the truth, the realness from that, being able to see very clearly. Quite simply, it's about literally looking at red flags for what they are and making decisions accordingly that is going to benefit you, okay? So really trusting into seeing what is, seeing what's beyond the current situation and trusting yourself. How many times have we come out of a bad situation with a person, a place, or thing, and we, as we are healing, we look back and we were like, oh, I felt that. I saw those red flags months beforehand and I just chose to ignore them. No more of that. Yeah, no more of that. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And quit letting these people gaslight you into not trusting yourself. If you've called the situation and you know in your heart for it to be true, and you ain't got to argue. I've recently learned that lesson. I called the situation a year ago and it came to fruition. And everybody is looking like boo boo the fool. But I called the situation and I was gaslit. Now I'm not even, and now what the lesson for me was, I didn't need to call it for them. I needed to call it for me. I didn't need to call it for them. I needed to call it for me so I could keep myself safer. So trust your instincts, trust your intuition, because it ain't gonna lead you wrong. It ain't gonna lead you wrong. All right, last card of the reading, Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. So, Spirit has funny ways, interesting ways of getting information and healing to you, okay? Be open to it. Here's the thing though. Sometimes healing information is going to come by you getting read. Sometimes your ego or just you living your life has gotten you to a space, to a point where you ain't listening. And so Spirit's going to have somebody going to read you, and they're going to be right. Sometimes healing information comes in the form of you getting told about yourself. Now, I'm not talking about getting straight cussed out. I am not talking about getting disrespected. You should not be there for that. But I am talking about sometimes someone reads you. They tell you where you've been selfish. They tell you specifically something you've been messing up on. And they're not telling you this because you're a bad person. They're not telling you this because you don't deserve goodness. They're telling you this so that you can improve. Healing is definitely, sometimes you come to these epiphanies and it's in a beautiful womb-like space where you are filled with warmth and showered with flower petals and beauty. And sometimes you are smacked about the head. You are punched in the face with your truth. That's sometimes what healing is. Sometimes it looks like you being like, I'm a whole bastard. You know, one of the things that was most healing is for when someone recently they told me last year, you're very mean. And this is something that I have been told before. Now, I knew in the situation, in the context they were using it with me, that wasn't true. However, because I am someone who knows and embraced myself, I sat with that. And the conclusion that I came to was they were right. I was mean to them. And I've been projecting that to them for a while. And it was because I didn't feel safe with them. And I wasn't admitting to myself that I didn't feel safe with them or around them. So one of my defense mechanisms, whether I check into it or not, is to be mean. Because I don't feel safe. And I'm letting you know with that. It's like equivalent of a low growl in the animal kingdom. It's the equivalent of a low growl. If I'm doing that without, that means my subconscious has picked up on the fact that like you mean me harm in some way, shape, or form. And I wasn't consciously picking up on that. It took me months of figuring that out. And I was bothered by that statement for a long time. Because in my core, I was like, that's not who I am. I possess that ability, but that's not how I live every day. But that is what that person was getting from me every day. Because every day I was getting that I'm not safe with them. As soon as I figured that out, I was like, oh, and I validated my own feelings first. I'm like, because this is why this is happening, because I need to validate my own feelings. I validated those feelings. I was like, you have every right to feel that way because you did read that correctly. And then I was able to adjust myself. I don't project that anymore because I know that I'm actually safe. I know that I'm safe. I know that I'm safe. It doesn't mean that I wasn't feeling the unsafety from them. And my safety has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with myself. It has everything to do with the fact that my spirits ain't gonna put me in an unsafe position. The things that they were doing that were making me feeling unsafe, that was very much triggering of past stuff. And now that I figured that out, I've addressed that trigger, and that trigger isn't there anymore for them and with them. But by embracing that, I was able to get to the bottom of some things. And then an epiphany, and that also gave me an epiphany moment. I wasn't aware that I do that subconsciously. And now I can see now, because I embraced what was said to me, because it was information, because I didn't immediately just write it off. That's not who I am. That's not who I am. No, I worked with that. It took me months of really being like, that isn't who I am, but why are they saying that? Their feelings are valid. That isn't who I am, but why are they seeing that? That isn't who I am at my core, but why are they seeing that? That's literally the question I just kept asking myself in meditation. That isn't who I am. So I validated the fact that that's not who I am. I didn't waste time being like, this person doesn't know me. I didn't waste that time, but I was like, and I also validated where they were coming from. Why are they getting this energy from me? Because they're getting this energy from me. And that epiphany is great. Cause now I know now, cause I can recognize when I am like at a certain point. So now I will know to ask myself, do I feel safe here? Or why was I giving this particular person that energy? And again, that happened, all of that was subconscious. That was not a conscious move for me at all. Cause that's why it took me months to figure it out. Cause I was like, oh yeah, I feel safe. But like, as it turns out, I didn't. Be open to healing information. Sometimes healing information comes in an uncomfortable space. Sometimes that's you get told certain things about yourself that you don't want to hear. I didn't want to hear that because I don't like hurting. Did I need to hear that? Yes, because I've probably made some innocent people feel not good because of the meanness. And it isn't something that like I it's it's just a, and I grew up with a Southern grandmother. So those of you from the South, there's just that's a different level of mean. And that's all I can say about that. That's a different level of mean. So I possess these things. And then the trauma that I've been through, I possess these things. Like, I'm very aware of it. The flip part about this is it isn't something for me to eradicate. It's something for me to shift around in me because that same meanness gets turned on in the presence of abusers quickly. That same, and it comes out even worse. It comes out vicious, and it actually makes abusers be like, oh shit. They immediately back up because I'd be like, yeah, player. I read it when in that. So it's not something to get rid of. This is like when we talk about shadow work is not to eradicate these parts of you. Shadow work is to rearrange parts of you so that you can be a functioning adult, a functioning person out in these streets, not being crappy and not hurting innocent people and not hurting yourself. So the meanness isn't something that I need to get rid of. I don't need to get rid of. It is something that I needed to direct in the right place. And it is something that I needed to understand that subconsciously, I was not in control of a part of my meanness. And it was all the way attached to a defense mechanism. That defense mechanism is a good thing. That defense mechanism is a part of my intuition, it's part of my instinct. That defense mechanism keeps me safe. So again, this isn't something to eradicate, it was something for me to rearrange so that I'm not hurting innocent people and people that I love. All right? Sometimes you get the healing information in very good ways. Sometimes you get it in flowers. Sometimes you get your healing information in accolades and in compliments. Sometimes, the spirit affirms you by letting you know that you're on the right path. And then sometimes spirit gives you healing information by pulling your card, by telling you where you need to improve. And that too is beautiful. Hold space for all of it, okay? AVG said, I used to be mean to the right and wrong people and I gave it up. And now I see it's something I need in order to heal my trauma and stand up for myself and other survivors like I used to. Yeah, babe, you don't need to give it up. You need to rearrange it. You don't need to give it up. You need to rearrange it. Let me tell you, baby, let me tell you, this has kept me safe in the spiritual community. I'm going to be so honest with you. There are a lot of people and I'm connected to a lot of, and I went and actually I count my blessings and I thank creator because I've gone years without having bad experiences. But I'm gonna tell you that there are people out in this community who are doing y'all dirty. And one of the things that keeps me safe from a lot of these people is the fact that like I will answer you face to face. This is not like this ain't just a like I'm not you throw magic, you come at me, you attack me, then you have a problem with me in real life. You'll have a problem with me in real life. You'll have a problem with me in the afterlife. And I'm going to answer you thoroughly and articulately. And because I am not controlled by my emotions, you'll get rid. The whole situation will be seen for what the hell it is. And I will guarantee and make sure of it. I will be vicious and I'll take your throat. I am apex predator out here. I don't send for anyone because that is not within my nature and not a part of my mission. I don't send for anybody. But if you come for me, I'll make time. And I answer every call thoroughly. That has kept people away from me. Because I mean that from the depths of my spirit. I don't play that. I am as thorough a healer as I am a warrior. Those things were developed side by side. I am 100 parts both. You don't got to give it up. It needs to be arranged. That level of viciousness is never reserved for people who treat me well. That level of viciousness is not reserved for people who I've been a monster in their life. For the people I've been a villain in their life, I've never gotten that vicious with them. I've never gotten vicious with anybody, just people that I just don't like because I don't like you. That level of viciousness is reserved for those people who come for me. That level of viciousness is reserved for people who hurt my friends and who are abusers. That level of viciousness is reserved for the folks who've been abused and who are now under my protection. That level of viciousness is reserved for people who hurt my subs, my slaves, and my submissives. That level of viciousness is reserved for those who deserve it. And they know it. Because I'm going to tell you, real predators can smell you. We animals, honey. We animals. That level of viciousness is real and it's animalistic, and I'm tapped in because that's the level of viciousness that these abusers are tapped in at. That's the level. So I'm tapped in too, in the opposite direction, in the name of healing and protection, not in the name of chaos and mindlessness. We are two different animals, but we both animals. Never forget that. And I'm tapped in. So don't give it up. No. Don't give it up. Rearrange yourself. Put it in the right position. Put it in the right position. Put it in the right position. Even there was an example. There was a spiritualist who was out here screwing everybody else. He didn't screw me. It was interesting. His recent things that he was involved in was fake. But with me, he gave me the juice. I had an interaction with him. He gave me, and we exchanged information, and he was on point because of that. Because I'm not just going to sit on Facebook. Because I'm not just going to be in my altar room doing work about you. I will answer you. I will answer you. That has everything to do with my neurospiciness and all the whole. I don't know what to do except for stand in that truth. The level of abuse that I have endured, the level of torture that I have endured, this is what this was created. That it gets answered because I have dealt with monstrous beings, and the only reason why I'm here is because I answered them in their eye, toe to toe. I don't know any other way. And it is that you can smell it on. Don't get rid of it. Rearrange it. I'm never afraid that I'm going to hurt anybody innocent. I'm never afraid. No. But that's because this is embraced. And when we do what we do with it. So handle it. But yeah, the medicine garden, be open. Be open. Spirit going to tell you about yourself. Spirit going to tell you about yourself. And it ain't going to feel good at first, but it's good information. It's going to help you heal. Knowing that information it just allows me to be a better person. Because it allows me now that I get that concept of like when I feel unsafe, like that the mean part of me turns on to protect me. Now that I get it, I can just regulate myself better. It's all a part of emotional regulating regulance. That's not even a word, but it's all a part of emotionally regulating yourself. So now I'm developing a new process around myself. Now I'm going to be asking myself a lot more regularly, do you feel safe? Do you feel safe? Do you feel safe? And making myself sit with that, because me not feeling safe is going to, now I understand, that's going to dictate a whole subconscious, it's going to dictate a lot, and that's going to like color, it's just going to dictate a lot. Now that I know, and I can then act accordingly. So the people that I love feel good around me, and the people that I care about always feel good around me, because I don't ever want to make the people that I love uncomfortable, except when it's time to grow. All right, good people. That's that on that. This was a long one, but a good one. You know, sometimes church is short, sometimes it's long. It's been long these last couple times, but apparently we needed it. Apparently, we needed it. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and share this, please, with anybody you think needs to be shared with. To all of my members, if you were on the last reading, I will apologize. I recorded a whole video for you. I've been off on my editing this week. This last 2 weeks I've been lagging. So there was a whole video that was supposed to go up on Friday, and it just didn't. So y'all have a members only video that's just going to go out when it comes up. Which is going to be in the next couple of days. I apologize for that. Thank you so much for your support, for your care, for your love. I just appreciate you as I'm out here just continuing to figure things out. This is still a one-person show, so I manage a lot on my own, and it can just get overwhelming. And sometimes I drop the ball, but I'll be getting an assistant, an intern, all that good stuff soon. I'm going to be figuring that out. With that being said, let's do some affirmations, and I'm going to let y'all go. This affirmation says, I can identify my skill gap and act upon it. I can identify my skill gap and act on it. I can identify my skill gap and act on it. I can identify my skill gap and act on it. I can identify my skill gap and act on it. I can identify my skill gap and act on it. This is a quote by W.C. Fields, and it says, it ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. It ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. It ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. It ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. It ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. It ain't what they call you, it's what they answer to. Alrighty then, Susan B said, in gratitude for you and this community, thank you so much for being part of it. I appreciate you. Nicole Doss said, thank you for this medicine, King. You are so very welcome, my dear. Spice Kitten said, thank you. You're an incredible force for healing. Thank you, my dear. That is what I'm trying to be out here in these streets. Seneca, I will see you next week, my dear. William Humphrey, you are so welcome, my love. Thank you for your gifts. Oh, you don't even know those silicone. I thought they were cute when I put them on the Amazon wish list, and I was going to get them myself. But now that I see them in person, you done changed the game. It's on. I'm already a ridiculous tea drinker, but I'm about to go get me a new cup so I can have my cold teas. You just made me so happy. Thank you. Lenora said, when you come back to Colorado, the babies would love to give hugs. I would love to receive those hugs. I will be definitely letting you know. I got some art to make this summer, so I will be back this summer. Hugh, thank you. You're in the building. You is in the building. You is in the building. Tiana said, thank you for sharing your time and space with me. You're welcome, my love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Quinta said, hothead equals neurospicy. For me, so for having a hot head, I'm taking that as like quick to anger. It could be a sign of neurospiciness. It could be. For me, actually, my annoyance is a lot of times like when I'm getting annoyed at things. That is a trigger for my neurospicy, and I didn't realize that for a long time. But a lot of times when I'm annoyed at people, when I'm getting annoyed really fast, I'm experiencing a sensory overload, and I'm experiencing a sensory overload. So So having a hot head or being quick to anger or quick to irritation doesn't necessarily mean equate to neurospiciness or neurodivergency. And when I say neurospiciness, that's what I'm referring to as neurodivergency. I don't like using neurodivergent that much because there's nothing divergent about the way my neuroness works. I do like neurospicy because my brain is more spiced up than the typical one. So it could be a sign of that. But the neurospicy, I like using that. I saw this lady on TikTok. She was like, I don't like using the word neurospicy. I'd rather be called the R word. And I was like, baby, your people is not known for seasoning food. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your super chats, your super stickers. Thank you for your Venmos, your Cash Apps, your PayPals. I love you so deeply. And I'm going to see you all next week. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Happy Sunday, my loves. Please go take care of yourself. Aftercare is a thing. Drink your beverages. Go touch some grass. Eat some food. Love yourself. Journal. And let's make this week a good one.